was that? You impertinent little slug! I can't stand it when people gossip about me behind my back! The youth of today is becoming ever more insolent! No wonder, with all the violence and foul language in the media! If I could, I'd twist your heads off one by one! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers! Otherwise something terrible might happen here! Before you ask for more food again, it's been hours since I held a canning jar in my hand. My hands always get a bit nervous at times like this. They break everything they touch. Children's legs, children's arms. I just can't control them. Now I understand. You came to complain about the food, right? Well, then I have bad news for you. Children only get food from canning jars, and that's that! My hands are trained to twist the lids off! I haven't been wringing the necks of caged chickens for 20 years for nothing! Plus, I've got a court order that says I gotta open 10 jars a day! You can thank my idiotic lawyer for that! Anything else? Do I have to explain it to you with puppets? Mealtime ended long ago! The only thing that I'm still cooking today is food from Mother Superior's cat! And the food from Mother Superior herself! Or I should say I would. But my knife disappeared. And on top of that, the stove in the cellar has gone out. So I couldn't cook anything anyway. However, the most important thing is that Mother Superior still wanted to send a recipe to me. You don't happen to have it on you, do you? No recipe? Yeah, then there's no reason for you to be here! Forget the recipe! As long as the stove in the cellar is out, I won't be cooking anything anyway! Don't bother! I won't be able to cook without my knife anyway! When I get my hands on the child that stole my knife, they'll be amazed with all the things a knife can do! What's the matter? Why are you staring at me like that? What are you even doing here between mealtimes? I know what I'm doing here! A jail sentence commuted to 10 years community service on probation, thanks to diminished responsibility! Blah, 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 blah! Do you really want to hear this? Yeah! Mother Superior didn't want to hear it either! And as long as she doesn't ask about it directly... I've had it up to here! Haven't I told you 1,000 times already? Get the hell out! Just wait! Can I have that? I need something to calm my fingers! Thanks! That was close! Now take your stuff and get out! Now!
A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignatz.
Lilli thought this idea was delightful. The guinea pig was bound to make a huge impression as an animal role model.
At least this is a regular animal motif. But do you think it also conveys really important values?
Of course it did. Guinea pigs were cute and small, but always cheerful. Lilli always tried to follow their example.
Well, if you say so. Come back in a few minutes. If you don't bother me, I won't take long.
Ah, Birgit has finally finished the new banner, but what's that? A small, dirty guinea pig? Birgit didn't really make this, did she? That can't be true. Can I not rely on anyone here? Just you wait. She'll get what's coming to her. I can't even tell you how disappointed I am in you, Birgit. This is the worst job I've seen in my entire career. But don't talk back. You are bad. I will probably have to strip you of all your awards, prizes, and Girl Scout badges. You no longer deserve any of them.
But I only did what?
Hogwash! Do you really wish to contradict me? I can't believe how low you've sunk, Birgit. A guinea pig? It's unbelievable! Your work is an insult to the entire convent. Get rid of it!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Your whining won't make up for your failures. Just in case you decide not to waste my time with your ineptitude anymore. Here is a motif that's worth immortalizing on a banner. The puma. Strong, precise, dignified. A symbol of self-control.
The embroidery was of a unicorn with 8 legs. Lilli loved the unusual embroidery more than anything, but she didn't know who had made it. When asked about it, Mother Superior was even more vexed than usual.
What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
You want to hear the clues again. I like that, because I do too. As everyone knows, each different food creates exactly one emotion and promotes one characteristic. For example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong. I could only do heroic deeds on days when I wasn't sad. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength. Coconuts were always good at preventing sleepiness. Hmm? On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut. On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut. Hmm? What? Do we know each other?
Uh-huh.
Wait. Wasn't I just about to tell you something? Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote. Ah, exactly. Now I remember. On that day, I was particularly angry. We had just laid the stone slabs in the chapel when the Templar Knights returned from a secret meeting. They examined my work and praised me for doing a heroic job. Then they gave me a coconut. It was one of the greatest days of my life. Here, I even still have the book in which I wrote everything down, including the meaning of the secret Templar symbols on the stone slabs. And now please leave me alone. All this reminds me too much of how I once helped a little girl uncover the mystery of the secret crypt below the chapel. One day I really have to tell you that story.
What's the matter now? My goodness, that does look very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. At least those are the same symbols as on the stone slabs, but the pattern is full of gaps. I'm a pro when it comes to riddles. That's why all I need is a single glance to be able to declare without a doubt that, yes, this is a riddle. But the solutions page seems to be missing. This book is useless to me like that. Unless, of course, you have the solution. No, that doesn't make sense. I think I'll keep drilling randomly. What's the matter now? My goodness, that does look very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. At least those are the same symbols as on the stone slabs, but the pattern is full of gaps. I'm a pro when it comes to riddles. That's why all I need is a single glance to be able to declare without a doubt that, yes, this is a riddle. But this book is useless unless Yes! Yes! That has to be it! I have solved the mystery! Thanks for holding the book all this time. You're blocking the way. May I?
As soon as Frank stopped drilling, Lilli was finally able to draw Garrett out of his shell. Lilli crouched inside the confession booth and waited. All was quiet in the chapel, except for Frank, who could barely contain his excitement.
Wow! If these bones aren't evidence of a church conspiracy, I'll eat Tom Hanks's double chin. And what's that? Hey! This just keeps going. Let me just drill through this stone slab and... But that's a sword! A real Templar sword? It's incredible! Man, it sure is wedged in tightly. I hope that isn't a load-bearing strut beam.
The impact echoed through the entire church. Lilli was tempted to look, but then she heard approaching steps.
It's so blissfully quiet. I can finally take up my listening post again.
Hey, what's going on? Is that you, Lilli? Do you think that's funny? Let me out, now!
Lilli felt uncomfortable about it. Locking someone into a confession booth was probably not appropriate for a well-behaved girl. On the other hand, she was doing Edna a big favor. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
So, Garrett is out of the picture. Very good. But I'm still in danger. Before I can leave the convent, you have to help me cover my tracks. The doctor can't find out that I was ever here. Could you do that for me?
Uh-huh.
Great. Let's see. First, you have to get rid of the balloon that I left in the main hall. It even has my portrait on it. The doctor would recognize me immediately. I also played with firecrackers down by the school clock. Let's just say it was part of a weather experiment. And I would have succeeded if I'd had a real DeLorean. You can't imagine how hard it is to get a lawnmower up to 80 miles per hour. And of course, you have to remove the inscription on the swing tree. It hurts me just as much as you. But I could hardly leave the doctor better evidence that I was here than that. Do you think you can handle all that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Lilli. You're the best.
It was hopeless. Edna's balloon was hanging out of reach. Lilli wasn't able to loosen the screw with her bare hands. She needed a different tool.
You...
Oh, another one of them. Get lost. I'm not in the mood for jokes today. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. right? My name is Ernest. Funny Ernest. Ha! And I applied as a child therapist here. But no, Mother Superior had already found someone else. That Dr. Marcel. A nuthouse shrink. Can you believe it? I wouldn't let that guy anywhere near my kids, even if I knew where they were. That's what I get for retraining as a psychologist. Laughter is the best therapy. Great idea. I've been waiting for a gig for months. I should have stayed a plumber. What? You don't like the mood I'm in? You want me to show you a few tricks now, or what? I feel terrible. Because my therapy concept flopped. Laughter is the best therapy. Great idea. How rotten. What?
No.
You want to see a few tricks, don't you? I knew I shouldn't have said that. Okay. I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a cute balloon animal, and you leave me in peace, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right? What's it gonna be? A wrench? Why not? I know all about wrenches.
What Lilli now did was actually void of all logic, and she could already hear uproar of the online reviewer, but she did it anyway. The online reviewers sounded a bit hoarse today. Maybe they shouldn't smoke so much. Done. Now only 2 pieces of evidence were left to completely erase Edna's tracks. The clown had just left his cigarettes here. He must have been in a great hurry.
Lilli, I really have to ask you something. Do you like me?
Uh-huh.
Thank goodness. I wasn't really sure, because there's something on my mind. It's about my feelings. And I'd like to ask you a really huge favor. Would you do something for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? Wow, I'm so excited. Okay, calm down, Capu. So, would you give this letter to Shai?
Uh-huh.
I really have to meet her. So, could you just give her the letter? Man, that's so cool of you. You're really the best, Lilli.
Oh, what fabulous thing do you have there? Is it for me by any chance?
Lilli hesitated. Certainly not because she begrudged Shai her meeting with Capu. No. She was worried. Who knew what sort of things could be in the envelope? A snake? A scorpion? The anthrax virus? In the end, she decided to give Shai the letter, after all.
Uh-huh. Wow! It's from Capu! A date? Oh, how exciting! I have to put on more glitter.
Apparently, the letter didn't contain the anthrax virus. Thank goodness. The sword was almost long enough to reach the firecrackers. But only almost. Lilli needed some kind of extendable arm. The sword may not have reached the firecrackers or the rope, but it fit perfectly into the mesh of the clock hands. So perfectly that it got stuck in there. Now what was Lilli to do? Wait until the gargoyle dropped down of its own accord? She didn't have that much time. The clock in the tower sounded duller than usual today. Was it really that late already? Done. Now, only one piece of evidence was left to completely erase Edna's tracks. Apparently, Birgit had set down her work, but she had completed the banner with the puma motif. Too bad that Lilli couldn't congratulate her on the good job she'd done anymore.
Ah, that's what I call an outstanding motif. Effective and controlled. A symbol of complete self-control. Just like the directors of this convent. This will impress the doctor. Come along, Lilli. Birgit has earned another award. Her diligence and reliability will be rewarded with a celebration.
Lilli almost jumped in the air with excitement. There hadn't been a celebration in the convent for a very long time. Mother Superior had already begun the ceremony when Lilli entered the classroom. It was a lovely celebration. The only odd thing was that Birgit was nowhere to be seen.
And I hereby award you a Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. Your embroidering skills and excellent sense of duty are a superb example to your fellow students. You, Birgit, are a textbook example of how strict and systematic guidance can result in great achievements. Ah, Lilli, follow the example of your fellow student and do some cleaning. If only all children were as conscientious as Birgit.
The celebration was very short, but Lilli enjoyed it anyway. This was probably the best day of her life. Lilli thought that the Girl Scouts badge was much too precious to leave lying about like that. She put it in her pocket just to be safe. The cake was meant for Birgit and no one else. Lilli didn't even deserve to lick the pastry shell.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. I might be old, but I can tell you stories that'll make your ears ring. Some of them are about my old Boy Scout equipment, but only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it. So get your hands... Oh. But that's the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. I had no idea I was talking to a genuine scout. I was a Boy Scout once, you know. Ha! Well, knock me over with my things over there. They're lying in that chest, you know. Because among scouts there's no such thing as ownership and...
What do you have there? Is that my knife?
Uh-huh.
It's just unbelievable that a little brat like you is running around with a knife! Let me tell you, the youth of today are as rotten as next week's canned goulash! Don't you know how much damage a knife like that can do?
Uh-uh.
Did I show you?
Uh-uh.
You see? So hand it over before you hurt someone! Unbelievable! A little girl with a knife! So irresponsible! Here, take this chainsaw instead! Now that I have my knife back, I won't need it anymore!
Lilli had often dreamed about sawing all her things into little pieces, but she would never do something so disobedient. That would be insane. The idea was good, but unfortunately there wasn't any gasoline for the chainsaw. Suka didn't seem to notice Lilli. Lilli didn't hold it against her. She didn't need Suka's attention, so why should she long for Suka to fall off the swing and break all her bones? There was no reason at all to have thoughts such as these. Lilli had a brilliant idea. High-proof alcohol was an excellent fuel substitute for the gasoline chainsaw. Mother Superior would really be proud of her. Done. Lilli had finished all of Edna's jobs and had gotten rid of all of the evidence. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
Lilli, thank God. I have a new and much more serious problem. I can't find my diary anywhere, and all my escape plans are written in it. I even drew a map where I marked my hiding place. So forget about getting rid of the evidence. No, just forget it. It wasn't important anyway. The diary now has top priority. Please, help me look for it. If Mother Superior gets her hands on it, I'm done for. It has to be somewhere around here.
Of course, Lilli immediately knew what to do. She immediately knew what to do. Oh, man. Was that really so hard? The diary was lying right there. Or hanging, rather. The telltale drawings were dangling from the claw of a dumb, gawking pigeon. The moment Lilli tried to grab the diary, the pigeon rose in the air and carried it to the roof of the convent, where it disappeared in the rafters above Mother Superior's office. Gawking certainly wasn't going to help. Once again, Lilli's path led her back towards the lion's den.
Finally, there you are. Lumpy's starving. Did you get the cat food? What? And then you dare return here? Off with you! Out! 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 Oh! How I loathe these children!
Ooh, look who's coming to get her recipe back. If it isn't our little goody two-shoes Lilli, you better split before I tie your shoelaces together. Or worse. Oh, you really want the recipe back, don't you? Well, I didn't know that. Just give me a sec, so I can wrap it up for you with a bow.
Hey!
Lilli was touched. It was so rare for her to get presents.
You so don't have a clue, do you? Get lost, Lilli, or I'll be forced to call you names. Yeah, I'm a real badass. Just face it. You're not tough enough to make any demands around here. Well. What's this? Is this you standing up for yourself? Just look at you, Lilli, with your bow and your braids. You don't actually think you could stand up to a bad boy like me, do you? I was playing with matches before you'd said your first morning prayer. How could I ever take someone like you seriously? Do you know how to spit cherry pits? Or hunt sparrows with a slingshot? Just face it. You'll never be as tough as me, and that means you won't get your recipe either.
marbles were the perfect ammunition for the musket. Lilli might have missed the sparrows, but her effect on Shawnee was apparent. He actually seemed a little impressed. Lilli had heard that cigarettes were supposed to have a soothing effect. Hooray! What a great job Lilli had done. Shawnee seemed to feel much better already. You could tell by the way his pupils were slowly rotating towards the inside.
Oh, you have the recipe?
Uh-huh.
Well then, let me see it! I can manage that! Duck roast for Lumpy! Good choice! All I need is the canned food for Mother Superior's meal from the cellar. But I can't start cooking again anyway! As long as the stove isn't working, Mother Superior will have to wait for the cat food! I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when you give her the news!
This had to be the canned food Doris was talking about. Lilli selected pigeon flavor. Lilli had placed the log in the stove. Now she just had to light it.
You found the canned food?
Uh-huh.
Very good. I guess that means I can start cooking the meal now. I'll put the roast for the cat in the dumbwaiter right away. But I won't be able to fit anything else in there. I can't send Mother Superior's food up until you put the empty plate back in the dumbwaiter. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's just hope so.
Oh, there's the missing child. I was beginning to hope you'd been eaten by a wild animal on the way, but at least you brought the food. I have to finish a few tasks now. Feed Lumpy while I'm gone. And don't even think about leaving the office before the work is done.
How disappointing. It seemed Lumpy didn't feel like eating roast at all. How would Lilli ever finish her task now? Cat food with pigeon flavoring. The cafeteria never served anything this delicious. Lumpy obviously enjoyed the pigeon-flavored cat food, and it really looked like he already had an idea where to get second. Too bad the wall was too smooth for his claws. Someone was in a rush. Oh, that's what Lumpy had smelled. The pigeon that had stolen Edna's diary was sitting on one of the beams. Lilli kept the idea at the back of her mind. It was a tricky plan, but Lilli was running out of options.
My goodness! I see that Lumpy has finally had a meal. Why, this is quite a surprise. Perhaps all hope is not lost for you yet after all. And now leave me alone. Maybe I was too strict with the girl and her fellow students. They're only children after all. Was I too hasty, Lord? Should I stop Dr. Marcel from coming before he tries his new method on the children? Please, give me a sign. What's that? A dove? Or at least a pigeon of peace? Is this your sign? Should I spare the children? Oh, Lord, thank you. What? That those damn children! That's it! I finally reached my limit! Lilli!
When Lilli walked into the sleeping quarters, Edna was gone. All she found was a hastily scribbled letter on her bed.
Take care, Lillifred. I have to go. This situation is getting too hot for me to stay. I'll wait for you at the swing tree for a bit. If you hurry, you might still catch me. Otherwise, you can find my hiding place in the map in my diary. I'm sure you've already found it, right? Stay dirty. Love, Edna.
The letter made Lilli nervous. She had to catch up with Edna at all costs.
Psst! Lilli, hurry, this way! The Doctor and Mother Superior are already hot on your heels.
Lilli looked all around in surprise. What kind of strange place was this?
You're probably asking yourself what kind of strange place this is, right? But there's no time for explanations now. Come on, hurry! Stop dragging! Let's go! Stop! That's Dr. Marcel with Mother Superior. I don't think they've seen us yet.
She isn't in her bunk, but she can't be far.
I'm surprised that you tolerate this kind of insubordination in your convent.
I'll have the entire ground search for her immediately.
Do that. All of this seems unpleasantly familiar to me.
Let's go! This is our chance!
When Lilli reached the swing tree, she found no trace of Edna. Garrett had vanished too, but the remnants of Edna's diary were lying in the grass. It had been burned and was no longer readable. Only the map of Edna's hiding place could still be deciphered. Ah, it's a cave at Moor Lake. Lilli was just trying to memorize the way when...
Lilli! Hide! Dr. Marcel and Mother Superior are coming! Oh no! Too late!
There she is!
Ha! You probably thought you could escape my examination, huh? Or is there another reason for disobeying Mother Superior's instructions?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's hear it. Entertain us. This is taking too long for my taste.
Was that really necessary?
Not really, but it brought some satisfaction to an old man who has had to deal with defiant children one too many times.
You must not contradict adults. You must not lie. You must not play with fire. You must not use sharp objects. You must not touch alcohol. You must not hang around dangerous places. You must not lose control. And you must never follow your own wishes. Woogie, woogie. Woogie, woogie.
Pah! Woogie indeed!
And? Did it work?
We'll find out in a moment. Lilli, I'm sure you can tell me who's responsible for all the chaos in this institution. The chaos, Lilli. Who's responsible?
Now start talking, you useless
Remain calm, Mother Superior. She'll answer. She'll answer. Do you know the answer, Lilli? Who's responsible? You can tell me, can't you?
What's going on? What did she say?
This case is more complicated than I thought. It's eminently important that you tell me something. Do you know a girl by the name of Edna?
Why do you ask?
I think I've just pinpointed the root of all this evil. It's good that I was able to install all of the important behavioral blocks inside Lilli with the aid of my new hypnotherapy.
Hypnotherapy?
Hypnosuggestion, to be precise. The light diodes that I've installed in the eyes of this stuffed rabbit help me take direct control over Lilli's free will. From now on, she will behave very calmly. But here, just try it out for yourself.
Try it out?
That's right. She's now as obedient as a little lamb.
Well...
Go ahead.
Lilli, serve the doctor and me some tea.
Bravo! Ha ha ha! Well, I'm thirsty anyway. What do you say now, Lilli? Would you like to serve her some tea?
Uh-huh.
Ha ha ha!
Psst, Lilli! Don't be afraid, Lilli. It's me, Garrett. Please, stay calm. You were hypnotized by Dr. Marcel, and now you're completely in his control. But don't worry, I can help you. But you'll have to come with me to my secret room. You can find the entrance in front of Mother Superior's office, in the dark corner next to the fireplace. But first, I need your help. I've been watching Mother Superior and the Doctor for a long time, and I'm very close to unveiling their evil deeds. All I need is a confession. Here, take this extract of deadly nightshade. It's a truth serum. Pour it into Mother Superior's tea. As soon as she drinks it, she'll start spilling all of her secrets. Did you understand?
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Lilli, what are you doing? You're supposed to be making us tea, not staring at paintings.
Oh, don't be so harsh on her. Lilli will complete her task. But I have to confess that I have also admired your gallery. I'm especially interested in this embroidery over here. It's a bit unusual, don't you think?
Oh, that one. It's just an old keepsake. Hardly worth mentioning. I can't even remember hanging it there.
You can't? Interesting. What is it actually an embroidery of? An 8-legged unicorn?
It's only the embroidery of a dumb, irresponsible child. Nothing else. Lilli! You clumsy good-for-nothing. Do you really want to embarrass me in front of the doctor?
That is strange. The hypnosis is foolproof. It was probably just an accident.
The whole child is a total accident. If I could, I would get.
But please, Mother Superior, do calm down. Lilli will complete her task, right? Lilli? Well then, please bring us some more tea, okay? Be so kind.
Lilli didn't show it, but she was close to panicking. Serving more tea was no problem, but where would she get more truth serum from?
Hello, Lilli. You're not going to play with fire, are you? I just wanted to be on the safe side.
Lilli carefully placed the kettle on the hook and made sure not to touch the fire. Lilli's special tea was ready. She called it Pure Truth, a blend of rooibos and deadly nightshade.